Alright, I'm here with my UFC 77 predictions. Still not feeling so well, and it's about 12 minutes after I did the last video, so I'm not going to bother with the whole time thing. Alright, UFC 77 Hostile Territory. This is actually one of the better names they've come up with, in my opinion, just because it's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Anderson Silva's defending his title against Rich Franklin. I'm not sure I agree with giving the challenger a hometown advantage like that. Really? I don't know. It's just me, though. Alright, anyways, we'll start at the bottom. According to MMA Playground, anyways, work our way up. We have Damian Maia versus Ryan Jensen. I'm taking Ryan Jensen in this one with a first round TKO just because we don't really know how Damian Maia's going to react to the MMA game. He's a phenomenal grappler, don't get me wrong. This man has wins over, pretty much anyone in the BJJ world. But I think Ryan Jensen's is a good wrestler. He's got some good striking, and he is good on the ground despite being submitted by Thales. I think he's going to come out very aggressive. I think he's going to overwhelm Damian Maia. Second match on the card is a 170-pound match between Josh Berkman and Forrest the Meat Cleaver Petts. Taking Berkman with, I'm actually going to say a tap out, because Berkman does have some decent submissions, and Petts is not terribly good at defending submissions. So I'm going to say Berkman taps him in the second round when Petts starts to get a little tired. Now, Petts has a shot at winning this, but unfortunately his game is all stand-up, and it's really just having a good left and right hook, and that's about it. He doesn't really kick. He is a pretty good wrestler, though, as well. He's pretty good at keeping things on the feet, but nonetheless, I think Berkman's going to be too much for him in the end. Next we have George Gurgel and Alvin Kid Robinson. I'm taking Gurgel to submit Robinson in the second round because Robinson tends not to pace himself enough and tends to gas out a little bit in the later rounds. And that's not really a cardio problem, it's just kind of the same problem Gray Maynard has. You gotta learn to hold back a little bit. And I think Gurgel's gonna weather the storm, and he's gonna go eventually, tap him out. Maybe Kimura, I'll say. Jason Black, Matt Grice, a lot of controversy about this fight, about who's going to win, and I'm going to be on the Jason Black side with Byron. Jason Black is a immensely talented guy. If he loses this one, though, I think maybe his time at the top is done, top end competition is done, but I don't think he's quite done. I don't think he's quite that old yet. I think he taps Grice, because if Terry Edom can do it, I think Jason Black can do it. And I'll call it second round, maybe. Grice, good wrestler, heavy hands, but I don't think he'll finish Jason Black, and I think Jason Black will eventually, finish him. Eric Ravishing Red Schaefer and Stephen the American Psycho Bonner. Taking Bonner with a TKO in the second round because his striking is just well ahead of where Eric Schaefer's is. I think Schaefer's probably a bit better of a wrestler. Schaefer may be slightly better on the ground, but I don't think it is enough to finish him. I think Bonner will knock him down in the second round and finish him on the ground. He also has that huge reach advantage over Schaefer. But anyways, okay, Alan Belcher, Caleb Starnes. Not really sure which way to go with this fight. I'm going to go with Starnes with a tap out in the second round because Belcher is somewhat prone to submissions. Just a little bit. He's it's not a huge thing, but he can be subbed. Starnes, it depends on which Caleb Starnes shows up. Is this the Caleb Starnes that we get when Caleb was confident, ready to fight, like against, unfortunately, Mike Stein, Danny Abadi, the only UFC references I can use. He quickly broke against Kendall Grove and against Yushin Okami. And looked okay against Chris Lehman. Looked like he didn't come in with enough cardio, though. So basically, that's kind of what it's going to depend on. Belcher's going to win this fight if he can physically dominate Starnes, and Starnes breaks at that time, and his mental toughness really needs to be questioned if that happens. Okay, next, the aforementioned Yushin Okami versus Jason, the athlete McDonald, who actually is a good example of a guy who lost to Caleb Starnes, I think it is, yes. I'm taking Okami with a TKO in the third round because Okami doesn't really start fighting until the third round, and Jason McDonald, he's going to pressure, he's going to try. He's going to probably win 2 rounds, but I think Okami is just a better fighter. He's not going to be submitted by the athlete. The athlete ain't knocking anyone out, so. Next up, we have Brandon the Truth Vera and Tim the Maniac Sylvia. I'm taking Brandon Vera with a KO or a TKO in the 2nd round. I think he's got to get inside Tim Sylvia's reach. He's got to work the clinch. He's got to work the inside striking, and if he does that, he'll win. If Tim Sylvia can keep it to the outside and play it safe, maybe. But if he's not aggressive enough, I think Vera will get inside. I think Vera is a guy who will make Tim Sylvia fight, and we'll see if Tim Sylvia still has the fight left in him. Rich Franklin, Anderson Spider Silva, taking Silva, but I think this one lasts to the 2nd round. It's going to be a KO or a TKO, maybe in the clinch, maybe with range striking. I don't know. I doubt it'll be on the ground, because I think if they go to the ground, Rich will probably be on top. But if Rich Franklin is to win this fight, he's got to play it smart. He's basically got to let him play it. Got to take Silva down. I think he can. He's got to keep position, work enough ground and pound to keep it on there. But I don't know if you can ground and pound out Silva. I don't know if he can submit Silva, but he can. I think lay him pray a decision. I don't know if he will in front of the hometown crowd. That might actually be a hindrance to him that we didn't think of, but that's how I see this possibly going. But I'm going to take Silva, because I think Franklin's going to try and be exciting for the hometown fans, and that's going to cost him in the end. So that does it for UFC 77 Hostile Territory. Rate, comment, and subscribe, of course. As for, I don't know, well, there's a UFC 78 coming up. I'll probably see you then. I might see you if I try to do a smaller event prediction video, but I'm into midterm week now, so I would not count on hearing much from me. But anyways, peace.